So just following on from what I shared yesterday, I really want to be clear. I'm not here to bash giving up something for Lent. I've done that for years. And even this year, me and my son have given up sweets together. And I actually love that because it's something we can share, something intentional. Because any form of sacrifice, any promise you make to God, it matters. He sees your heart. 1 Samuel 16:7 says, man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So this isn't about saying, don't do it. It's just about asking, is there something deeper too? Because if I'm honest, I've realized over time that for many people, including myself at one point, it can become more of a tradition than a transformation. Something we do rather than something that changes us. And again, no judgment, because God can use anything, even the smallest act, when it's done with the right heart. But this week, I've just been thinking, let's not forget why we celebrate. Because if Jesus didn't go through what he went through, there would be no Easter, no victory, no hope, and no relationship with God. Romans 5:8 says, but God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. And that part really gets me. He didn't wait for us to be perfect. He chose us anyway. So yes, we reflect on the suffering and the weight of the cross, but also look at what it reveals, how deeply loved we are. John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only son. That kind of love is hard to even comprehend because we're used to being shown love in small ways, flowers, kind gestures, or thoughtful moments. But this is a love that steps off a throne, comes into our world, lives in humility, endures rejection, pain, betrayal. Philippians 2:8 tells us he humbled himself by becoming obedient to death, even on a cross. Also, we could live. And I just keep thinking, how much must he love us to do that? Not just humanity in general, but me, but you personally. Jeremiah 31:3 explains it. I have loved you with an everlasting love. That's not temporary, it's not conditional, and it's certainly not based on our performance. That's who he is. And he tells us in 1 John 4:8, God is love. So this week, yes, reflect on the sacrifice, but also sit with this truth. You are deeply loved, fully known, and still chosen. Your identity isn't in what you give up for Lent. It's in what he gave up for you. And honestly, you will never be loved more than this.